Good day, folks. Derek, that ADU guy here. Thanks for joining me. We're going to do a walkthrough of this beautiful garage ADU custom house that's being built currently in Southern Oregon, and I'm going to introduce you to Stanley, who's the homeowner and also the designer of this awesome utility ADU space. So come on, let's go check it out. We've got crews on site today. Framing siding crew is here. One thing that's worth pointing out real quick, you'll see this become a common theme, is alley access. So this is an alley. There's a 2-car garage. That's the accessory dwelling unit above the 2-car garage. We'll just do a kind of a walk around this house. Trim is on. There's going to be a really nice window detail, craftsman style, with a cedar sill, and then there'll be crown molding that goes up underneath those caps. These are beautiful soundproofed clad casement windows. And this is the front of the house here. Big, beautiful craftsman style house with a covered front porch. And then the accessory dwelling unit is going to be accessed through this side door here. Again, there's 2 ways to access an accessory dwelling unit above a garage, and that's with an exterior staircase or an interior staircase. So let's go check it out. Nice covered entry here. Obviously, we're at rough framing. There's no drywall, so you can see into the garage. Nice wide staircase, plenty of backing in the wall here for handrails later. And we're at the top of the landing. This is the shared wall section between the primary house, and they have chosen with this design right now to leave a door space that they can access the main upper floor and the ADU, and that could also be walled off later. So I'm just going to kind of pan through this accessory dwelling unit. There's the 1-wall galley kitchen. We have a really nice bathroom over there. It has a stacked washer and dryer. There'll be a nice 1-piece shower unit in there. And I'd like to introduce all you ADU enthusiasts to Stanley. Stanley is the owner and designer, and I just want to ask him a couple of questions about what makes an accessory dwelling unit work for him and his family.
Hi, Derek. Thanks for doing this. We were going to put this up before the fire, actually. We had just a garage here, and we thought it would be a good idea to have some other space and also possibly some alternate income. So we knew we could build an ADU over our garage, and we were getting estimates from our builders, Steve Asher, who had originally built the house. And we had all that in place before the fire, actually, and then the house was burned down completely. And so when we rebuilt it, we decided to put the ADU in. So this ADU is multi-purpose, and it can be a true ADU. It has everything it needs to do that, and it has the correct sewage licensing and so on, so it's okay with the city. It has its own power circuit breaker panel, and it has its own fireplace, a gas fireplace, so it could be heated. If the power goes off, this will work to heat it. It also has good air conditioning in it so that the smoke and dust and pollens can be filtered. But right now, after we got it built, we looked at it, and my wife has a grand piano, and she said, "This is my room." And if you pan around,
love it.
If you pan around and look at the windows and the views, you'll see why she said that. So the piano's going to go right in the middle of the room here for now. And the kitchen-ish area will really kind of look more like a bar kitchen. We're going to try to make it look more like that, and it'll be we'll kind of finish this off like a library. It'll have dark wooden panels and so on in it, and the kitchen will do the same and kind of downplay the kitchen part of it as much as we can. So the cabinetry will mimic other cabinetry in the room. So that's pretty much the idea. So it can be it is fully qualified as an ADU, and it can be used that way. But if we don't need to do it that way, we're going to leave this be a music room. It is sound insulated. My wife is a conductor and a pianist, and so that's why she wanted to do this. And again, the views are so inspiring. Excuse us for all the noise, but they're still in construction here. I think that's about it. And we have access, as Derek already showed you. We have access from the main house, which can be either walled off or a door can be put there, a big double door or something, so that it gives it privacy if we do rent it out. And so I think that's about it. It has washer and dryer. It has everything I think an ADU would need, and space for a refrigerator, and it'll have a built-in induction stovetop, and a washer and dryer, a dishwasher. It's a full little kitchen.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's awesome. I just wanted to kind of plug in for our listeners here that accessory dwelling units have so many different uses, and there's so many ways you can use one, that I really appreciate Stanley's approach here on the potential for a music room. It's also an accessory dwelling. It could be, he mentioned earlier, it could potentially be a place to house a caretaker. So many options. The utility of an accessory dwelling unit is probably the single biggest reason everybody should consider one if they're an allowable use in their zone. So thank you so much for joining us. More than a share, more than a like. I would just like to say, use this information if you can to take action. And I'd also like to note that Stanley is going through this process, and it's been a kind of a fun build, and he's got to be creative. But him and his wife lost all of their worldly possessions in the fire, and I just want to, I think it's fair to note that this blank canvas came with a lot of heartache and a lot of trauma. Do you want to say maybe just 30 seconds of what it was like to get through the fire and be at this point?
Well, we were in Medford. Sorry about that. We were in Medford when, you should pause it.
You're okay. Go ahead. This is construction.
So we were in Medford. My wife had just had a hip replacement, and we were there for our first medical checkup after that. And a person said to us, "You better get home. The fire is encroaching and getting close." So we came home and picked up our little doggy. And then I kept going out of the balcony here, and this was just a garage before, and I could jump from the balcony here. I could jump up on the roof of this garage, and I kept watching where the fire was and how close it was getting. And finally, after we had lunch, we had a 4-hour warning, but after lunch, I said to my wife, "We better get out of here. It's getting close." So we did, and it was terribly hard to even get on the roads at that time. It was a disaster all over. And we thought we would be back the next day. We really did. It was traumatic for everybody here, I'm sure. And we've talked to many of the people around here, and many of the homes, if you look out this window, you see many of the homes had ADUs over their garages, or even standalone. Even this house right next to us, that's an ADU over its garage, which is the section on the back there. And then the white house down there with the blacktop, it has a full separate ADU at the back. And a lot of these places have decided to make ADUs over the garages or in a separate unit to the back of their lot. And so, talking to everybody, we've all decided, that seems to be the best use and the best thing to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
Dave over here that owns the grotto, he did not put in an ADU, but he could have.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, what an awful thing for anybody to go through, and I know it's hard for you to talk about that. So thanks for sharing it, and thank you so much, Stanley, for literally letting us come into your house and hear your story and share with us your ADU strategy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.